Dr. Disrespect is untouchable, both in the way the character displays an overwhelming dominance sunk into all of his rituals.
These guys, get him out of here. First game of the day, and this is what I do.
And untouchable in the way that companies, creators, friends, and fans have all been distancing himself from him due to his infidelity and the unknown severity of possible crimes involving a minor. These images of the doc are conflicting in a way no other content creator could experience, because the doc is unique. He is a marketing genius that handcrafted his image with purpose. He had aspirations to move further into the traditional media space that not only welcomed him, but it also celebrated him. And though he was on top of the mountain,
We don't quit! Because we're at the tippity top and we're only halfway up.
due to recent developments, these heights would be impossible to reach. He was dropped by the game studio that he co-founded, the football team that endorsed him, and dropped by the friends he made throughout his career. This is a poison that affects his character-driven persona like no other, and this is a story of how he meticulously built it all up and recklessly tore it all down. But first, if you've been finding it difficult to manage your subscriptions like I have, then I may have your answer. And so, this video is sponsored by Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower your bills, and manage your money better. I really don't like managing multiple subscriptions from like PSN, Xbox, Netflix, all these things, because I find that a lot of these services aren't useful at all times, right? And Rocket Money kind of like just has it centralized in one app, which makes it easier instead of going like on these individual websites to just do it from your phone. I mean, besides like all the other features that Rocket Money has that can help you like manage money, being able to cancel subscriptions directly from the app in just a couple taps really makes that process a lot easier and saves you money in the long run. And so, to save money and spend less, join over 5 million members using Rocket Money today. Go to rocketmoney.com/JuneTheKing or click the link in the description to get started for free. And over, back to the video. The creation of Dr. Disrespect is a phenomenon. Though birthed by Guy Beam, the person who plays him, it was a collective refinement from his friends, business partners, and his audience. As confident and assertive as the doc was, his perfection was only achieved through the lack of confidence of Guy Beam. This instilled the need to seek improvement on the basis of feedback that he applied astoundingly well, which assured his success. To this, the precursor of the character cannot even be found on YouTube. The origins of the doc was a character that Guy would put on during his matches of Halo 2.
And another thing I have to say about Halo, which, by the way, Halo 2, was it was the first game where you can play somebody, a competitor, compete against somebody, and actually talk trash if you're within the vicinity of the enemy. Boom! That's when it all started. And so, you know, I developed this reputation of talking trash through Halo 2, and I had a team that would follow me around because they just enjoyed, you know, some of the things I would do humorously. I just didn't go around and go, you know, F this, F you. It was more like I got into a character online, and people really started to kind of follow me. In fact, I had my own little clan on Halo 2, which was kind of funny.
This was the core of his character. It was an attitude of domination that, as per the mention of Halo 2 that was released in 2004 and Call of Duty that was released in 2005, meant that this character had a captive audience, a following that grew into a gaming clan. Then, through the convincement of a friend, ended up on YouTube.
We're hanging out at my buddy's house, and they said, "Hey, we should make, you know, this guy a character, like, because we're always into film and stuff, like stupid stuff." But no, we just went to the store. I went to the store, grabbed it, and that night I got the scopes, the black steel, and then you know, we filmed something, and I had a little bit of gameplay, and on my YouTube channel it's called Doc's First Video, and that was like the first one.
People've got to understand. You got to attack. But don't get him mistaken. Certain individuals you don't attack, you run from. Because what I'm talking about, what Dr. Disrespect's talking about, is some pain deliverance.
The latter clip was from Doc's first video. The choice on how the Doc looks is undoubtedly derived from Guy's own upbringing. Born in 1982, he grew up in the same decade that movies such as Rambo, The Terminator, and Bloodsport released. The characters in these films are remembered for their masculinity and iconic appearances, like Rambo's mullet and the Terminator's sunglasses. Two things that, whether derived from this work, are both tied to the 80s. But certainly, the Doc drew inspiration from Fender from the 1989 movie Cyborg. From Fender's sunglasses to his mullet, to even how he takes his sunglasses off. This is the closest inspiration for the Doc. And this all shows extreme forethought into the character of the Doc. A character that truly doesn't need to be dissected, as through both his crafted physical image and his portrayal, it is understood what he is. And as retro as Doc was, he was still far ahead of his time.
Okay, well, you want to avoid my bullets? I only let you avoid them one time. But the second time, guaranteed kill. That's one. Let's count them up. That's one. Okay, there's 2 kills. Oh, I'm gonna make you my third. Here's my gift. Oh, you want to use the same one? Okay, that's 4 kills. In fact, let me take your partner's gun, because I hated him.
The Doc existed in a space saturated with Call of Duty commentary videos. A space with little innovation as creators choose to blend in rather than challenge what has been seen as a formula of success. In understanding marketing and setting oneself apart, the Doc was gifted with the knowledge of how to succeed.
And speaking of entertainment, I mean, I kind of wanted to touch a subject on YouTube in general. Like, what are you trying to accomplish as a commentator, especially a young commentator who's coming up? What are you trying to accomplish with a market that's just extremely saturated with commentators, you know?
In less than a month of his channel's launch, the Doc was already experimenting with different forms of content. Like with this introduction of Randy, likely a friend of the Doc's who made his debut in a video sporting an iconic red bandana while staring down a treadmill. The red bandana can be traced back to many movies, like the 1986 movie Platoon. This kicked off a series of videos that would progress slowly compared to his Call of Duty commentary videos. In this one, the Doc and Randy face off, with Randy throwing a knife at him, only to find that the Doc has caught it with his mouth. Not only does this reinforce a respect for their origin, but also a dedication to fleshing out more aspects such as lore of these characters out. The Doc also experimented with videos that had no commentary and only gameplay. These were possibly the lowest viewed on his channel. By April 2010, just 4 months after the launch of his channel, he already had over 5,000 subscribers. This would be impressive in today's environment. And so, for him to grow at such a rate in a time that YouTube only had a fraction of its viewer base and possibly the most saturated gaming market of 2010 is remarkable. And in the same month, the Doc even got his first sponsor, a pair of thumbsticks.
Control Freak offers you the ability to pop it on your controller and never miss a hit in the game.
Despite this dedication to the character, Guy was not always in character.
This player wears his special edition Modern Warfare 2 night vision goggles when he plays. And you're probably thinking, well, why would he do that, Doctor? Well, I would too if I played until 5 a.m. on a
Drooling all over my floor, man. Jesus Christ.
This comes from a video of outtakes from a series of question and answer videos. In this same video, a woman who appears to be his wife is alongside him. All this work was paying off. By September, he had jumped to 29,000 subscribers, and was slated to begin earning money outside of sponsorships. There was just one issue.
I'm asking all of you if you could do the Doctor a favor and click anywhere on this video. Once that happens, it will take you to my application for the Premier Director position with Machinima Respawn. Once you get to that video, the Doctor wants you to leave a comment. Positive comments are preferable.
This archaic selection process was the best a 2010 Machinima could muster, a multi-channel network that at the time was virtually the only way Call of Duty gameplay videos could be monetized on YouTube. The Doc was running against creators Mr. Phantasmo and Mr. Dunkus. Ultimately, the victory went to the Doc, who while celebrating in this feat, made it a point to reach out to them in kindness and out of character.
Mr. Phantasmo.
Hey, what's going on? I thought I'd break out of my character and kind of shoot you more of a personal message. You know, obviously with a character such as the Doctor character, who's kind of portrayed as the villain of the community, I expect that, and it is expected. So, and to kind of follow up on that, he is a character. So if you see any negative comments that I leave on my channel that maybe propose that are directly to you, they aren't. I mean, to be honest, they really aren't.
Guy then offers to do a dual commentary video as himself. Yet, the Doc's video directed towards the other former competitor, Mr. Dunkus, is more valuable to understanding Guy than just talking out of character, because it exposes how he was viewing YouTube.
What you're doing right now with your channel, and a lot of people take this for granted, but you can almost consider your channel a resume for where you want to eventually go if you're really serious about getting into this industry. And what you're doing with your channel, Dunkus, is perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect in a way that you're demonstrating the strengths of your resume. You're demonstrating that you are capable with the experiences from the beginning to where you're at right now. It shows that you can actually build an empire, essentially. You can build a community based off, what you supply in terms of the entertainment, what you supply in terms of the knowledge of and passion of basically demonstrating your knowledge and passion for video games.
Guy, in both understanding the environment he was in, informing his image and channel to benefit him in and outside of YouTube, is a reason why his rise was not luck. It was not an accident or happening without his desire. He was so dedicated in expanding this quote-unquote resume that even the character, the Doc, was just a stepping stone. It was clear he had aspirations to enter the game design space to some capacity, and this was just a project to demonstrate the successful applications of his knowledge. Add to that, he continued to expand his resume, with videos like the character Randy starring in his own gameplay video, or a series where the Doc commented on footage sent in by other players which lacked in the charm and viewership of his own gameplay. But as momentous as 2010 was from his debut to partnering with Machinima in 2011 after announcing Premiere Director Day for Machinima and posting a few videos on the newly released Call of Duty Black Ops, he disappeared. Likely to one of Machinima's many channels that are now lost as the company is now defunct. Though he came back to his channel in 2012 as announced through his revival video, his uploads were practically non-existent. But the few that he did have were phenomenal in terms of how popular the character was getting.
San Jose feels good, but there's a reason why I'm here. Avenged Sevenfold sent me an invite. In fact, follow me. Avenged Sevenfold sent me a VIP invite to talk to them about their Call of Duty skills. Supposedly they're lacking. That's why they brought me upon them.
After getting in and wandering amongst the crowd asking about Call of Duty, the show starts.
Has anyone seen that 6'8" dude with the mustache and the Xbox fucking headset? That's Dr. Disrespect, the biggest villain in all of Hong. And he is at our show tonight, and I think he wants to challenge me to a game of Call of Duty. That's a big motherfucker. Who here plays Call of Duty?
In this video, the Doc challenges the lead singer to Call of Duty, assured in his victory. And though the crowd, being natural fans of the band, expectedly boos the Doc, he doesn't break character and delivers his challenge and monologue flawlessly. If the Doc could play this role so well, what else could and would he do? The answer is not much. Besides calling out Optic in a video in 2013, he once again disappeared because his plan worked. Even though he reached such tremendous heights, this was always a resume builder for Guy, who still wanted to be involved in game design, and being that he did continuous direct and indirect promotion of Call of Duty, he secured a position at Sledgehammer Games developing the maps for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
I designed half the maps for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Solar, Horizon, Instinct, Ascend, Recovery, Site 244, the Clown Hotel map. I I just don't want to get into it. Liberty Island, the one with all the monkeys at the end, it's DLC 4.
The doc describes a passion for working on the game, but a great dislike for what he calls the politics of the environment. This could be the lack of control in the projects he's working on and or the need to navigate through various different departments for approval or other less appealing, not creative aspects of the job. Throughout this all, he was keeping an eye on the creator scene.
Sure. Yeah. No. I mean, going back to just like building levels. One of the things, you always have your one monitor, your two monitors for sort of the engine you're working in, and then here's your third monitor. On my third monitor, I always had like Summit 1G up on the live stream. I'd be watching Ninja play the old Halo games, because he was so good at it. But there's just a draw to just like have that, and I could just look up every couple moments. Oh, it's 30 to 35. Game goes to 50. It's just kind of getting close. Now my attention's up here. So the whole streaming was certainly an outlet, an entertainment type outlet.
There was a feeling of achievement as his work with the doc and work in the background and understanding the industry was finally paying off. Yet his ignorance of the space was coming back to drag it all away.
There was it felt like, I worked on Call of Duty, I should be able to pick up a job relatively quickly, just based off that experience.
Little game called Call of Duty.
Yeah, and that wasn't the case. It was
The reality was Guy was quite expendable in this case. He found great difficulty securing a new job, which is when he came to a crossroads.
I had probably 7-8 design tests that I went through, multiple interviews, and it was just it became this strenuous process, very stressful process for months. And again, it came down to this one company up in Washington, but at the same time, there was just something about meeting Sumit and the timing of that.
Guy was offered a position, but he would have to move. But he was also offered a space at Boom TV, a new company that sought to enter the growing gaming environment, not through game development, but through creator marketing and helping run things like tournaments or develop tools to assist audience members to get close perspectives within tournaments or the like. Overall, a flexible company in the gaming space. That's when Doc began talking to its founder and owner, Sumit, not to be confused with the content creator Summit 1G.
Or there's this Sumit who's very energetic, passionate, very successful himself. He's got this idea. It kind of falls in the same realm. I get to start up an old passion. And ultimately, it was just like, my wife, Leo, you make the decision. And she ultimately made the decision. She's like, just go for your passion. And that's kind of how it started.
Doc, once again relying on the guidance of others, through his wife's decision, followed his passion, and was on a path to work with creators in this space with the unique position of once being one. But that was only half of it. The aspect of following his passion was in the arrangement Guy and Sumit had made.
No, I would say no. So he was sold, but then there was a deep desire in him to go and say, you know what, I want to do live streaming.
Okay.
So do you mind if I just do that while you guys figure it out?
Well, that was part of our sort of our arrangement with him bringing me on as sort of like an advisor. Was to go out and learn the industry.
For sure.
On March 23, 2016, nearly 3 years after his last upload, the Doc was back with an announcement and intention to flesh out his potential. Equipped with newfound knowledge and passion, he again, like when he entered the Call of Duty commentary space, had an edge on his competition.
We're here permanently, and we're not leaving. So let's come together, reunite, and let's dominate the year 2016.
The Doc was going to stream for the first time, but what does a Dr. Disrespect stream look like? It looks like this.
Nice glitchy.
The Doc ended up winning the game, but his stream, his attitude, was all set up in a way that tried to replicate what his YouTube videos were. From the Call of Duty deathmatch gameplay to the music, the stark difference was the silence, as the Doc with his YouTube videos would first record the gameplay in silence and then layer the commentary over his videos, and he was not very experienced with live commentary. But as he was exposed to a larger audience and guided by what they reacted well to, he started dropping the whispery, mysterious voice to one that is easier on him, and one that is more rambunctious, that works better with a live audience because whenever he would get a win, instead of taking it humbly in a more serious sense, he could celebrate with a more active persona as well as respond to his audience with the same energy. It was this transition overall of refining the character that was heavily noticeable at the time. And for that reason, in the latter half of 2016, the dog was hitting his stride. This is when he got into H1Z1, a battle royale style game, and when he started to wear his iconic red bulletproof vest. Everything the dog was color-coded in this way, from his green screen bedroom to his dog casting station. The victory dances were also a welcomed celebration, and with his continued streams came memes and the like, catchphrases that through the words share no significance. Though through the Doctor's performance, something as simple as the name Raul could captivate an audience.
Raul! It's one of the best names you will ever say out loud.
This was the origin of Raul.
Doctor, please explain Raul. Raul is a soccer player that played for Real Madrid, who I used back in 2006-ish, 5, 6, 7-ish, playing FIFA online. And whenever he'd score, I'd make sure the other guy, the opponent, would hear me say, Raul!
This leads to a very unexpected element that works well with this 1989 Gillette commercial.
It's what we've always done, to let the best of man begin.
Being that guy grew up in the 80s and that it's a period the dog takes the most influence from, he would sometimes sing it on stream. A creator in early 2017, going by 199X, combining these two things that will not work well in virtually any other setting, made a song that the dog reacted to. The speed and overall momentum the dog has been described time after time as meteoric. Even some sponsors match the dog's excessiveness, like when he played live on a moving boat to promote a laptop. His character is something of a phenomenon. Even describing him is a ritual, for his mullet is a bulletproof mullet. His mustache is an Ethiopian poisonous caterpillar. His sunglasses are not sunglasses. They are Google prototype scopes with built-in LCD LED 1080p 3D Sony technology. He is the two-time Blockbuster World Champion, which is when he won a few games at a local Blockbuster, but the story has been enhanced with additional details to make it more entertaining. And through his culture, like his gravitation towards synthwave music and his calling out of other streamers, virtually every streamer was hearing of him. In the second half of 2017, he was averaging over 20,000 live viewers. The doc was finally realized. Even just a short clip of him taking off his equipment to unravel some of his mystery has nearly 500,000 views. His achievements were very tangible.
So the winner is... Dr. Disrespect!
But I gotta appreciate Nurse Disrespect over there, standing over there. She's somewhere over there, looking so damn good. Let's dominate. Violence, speed, and momentum, and guess what? We're at the tippity top of the mountain. But we're really only halfway up. Let's do it, baby!
At the same time the doc was drunk, appreciating his wife, known to the internet as either Nurse Disrespect or Mrs. Assassin, the doc was cheating on his wife. This was a poison activating at different points in time. And if the doc and his momentum was the hero of 2017, Guy was the poison. The antagonist that would help bring this all to light would then have to be the opposite of the success the doc embodies.
Burger Andy? Who the hell is that? Never heard of the guy, right? His channel's dead. He's a nothing. He's a nobody, right? He's a nobody. Never heard of him. Why are we spamming that in my chat, huh? Let's focus on me.
Burger Planet is a creator known through Ice Poseidon, a streamer known for promoting chaotic and greatly disliked creators. Burger was no exception. Where the dog's character lives in a mansion, Burger is homeless and lives in his quote-unquote vansion. He is often seen consuming alcohol, petitioning those ignorant of who he is for a place to stay, a shower to use, or alcohol to drink.
Yeah, I hung out with the Burger enough. I mean, maybe at a later point.
You know they're just gonna follow you.
Maybe, I mean, that's fine. But he's fucking annoying, dude. Like, I don't mind hanging out with Burger, just I don't want to hang out with him all the fucking time, which, yeah, he's always around. It's annoying.
Then, this is Burger at another creator's house. Without the creator's knowledge, Burger helped himself to his food and made a meal, only to be confronted while making and consuming it. And on October 20th, 2017, at the new height of the doc's success, Burger and the doc crossed paths. Fittingly, Burger Planet was streaming. The second part of his livestream begins with the moment he was reprimanded for being annoying at a Discord event.
It's fine to see the event, but just like keep it low key, people can have a good time. Like, yeah, I don't need people to like in my stream when they were supposed to watch it, you know? I mean, it's fucking sketchy. Listen, I had 500 people watching me. This is a YouTube, this is like a Twitch thing, you know? I should have somebody. You're not my man.
I am Discord staff.
Oh, you are?
I am.
Well, I don't know why they ended my stream though. I didn't do anything. Look, I went to the bathroom.
All I know is you're making some people uncomfortable, shoving the camera in their face.
Burger's existence in the space becomes too great, and before getting kicked out of a Discord event, make sure to finish his free beer.
Alright, well, I guess
Even outside of the event, Burger could not make any friends.
Hey guys. Can I tell you? No.
I'm sorry.
Bye. I've got a story. Follow me, cause you
don't
bro.
touch me. Get the fuck out of here.
Who's pushing
Go. Get the fuck out of here.
Wow, I mean, you're in
Fuck outta
public.
here.
I'll film whoever I
Get
want.
the fuck out of here.
Wow. Steve
Get
Jobs.
the fuck out of here.
Yeah, come at me.
Get the fuck out of here.
Come at me, bro.
Burger becomes too much and then gets barred from streaming even outside of the event.
Are you a smoker?
What, weed or? Brother, I gotta ask you to cut the stream, man.
About what?
Because I just hear that you're out here making people uncomfortable, man.
I'm just talking to him. Was I making you uncomfortable?
I didn't feel uncomfortable.
No, dude. What is happening is I have like 500 people, like 700 people watching live.
From here, for about an hour, Burger finds a different group of people. But he again becomes too much, where they start to be uninteractive with him. Yet he follows the group anyway.
You're fucking moving me? Obviously. Yeah. Are you the boss?
Yeah.
Well, why didn't we go to the top of that thing earlier?
Yeah, dude, you fucking should. It's a cool view.
I should go by myself? It's kind of rude. I thought we were best friends, though.
We just met you, dude.
I mean, like, I'm Burger Planet. We got like 800 people watching you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you guys being sketch. You all try to leave me.
You think you're gonna make it home safe?
I don't have a home. I live in my van.
After continuing to pursue the group at a distance, he finds that they end up at a bar. And after concealing his stream to go to the bathroom, he comes out re-energized and begins mingling.
I live in my van. Can I stay in your place for a little bit? Can I come party in your hotel?
You need a place?
I want to party in your hotel.
$2 million
I'd love to take a shower sometime at your place. You have a jacuzzi?
I do.
My back's been fucked up because I've been sleeping.
You massage it?
Honestly, I do.
After a bit of streaming, Burger is confronted by Omega.
That's a fucking neckbeard if I've ever seen one.
Hey, what happened to you said that you're gonna quit streaming?
Yeah, because
that was a lie, right? That was a total fucking lie. You just fabricated a story and everything, right?
Well,
just for viewers?
No, I've done that before as a joke in my Discord.
Omega is not a creator necessarily, but is attached to a creator. He is a mod of Dr. Disrespect. After about a minute of their conversation, Dr. Disrespect, outside of his persona or just Guy Beam, is seen tapping Omega on the shoulder, which is when he begins following him and Burger begins following Omega. But now with alcohol in proximity and Guy just outside of frame, the chaos begins to unfold.
Can I get some too? Let me get a little something over here. Can I get some of that? You don't get to grab it. Can you grab it for me? Oh, yeah. Sure. Are you streaming right now? Yeah, I just can't believe this guy. Where's your chat? By the way, 600 viewers.
Guy, instead of pushing Burger away, allows him to finish his spent drink, and is open to being on stream.
Are you streaming right now? Yeah, I have 700 people watching. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. When you host celebrity, hey, I can still do shit.
See the guy right behind you talking about it? That's Dr. Disrespect.
No way. Dr. Disrespect right here? Guys, I'm right next to Dr. Disrespect. Burger Planet, dude!
Burger Planet, yeah.
Have you heard of my name?
That's one of my favorites.
Are you for real, bro?
It's In-N-Out.
This guy's like 6'8". 6'9". He's like 69.
Burger, now gravitating towards who was revealed to be Dr. Disrespect, makes it a priority to film him. But then Guy is seen talking to a woman where Burger holds his shot for a couple seconds before getting more alcohol. A single conversation with a stranger is not very significant. Though as the party moves outside, Burger, still following Guy, pans his phone and once again, the woman is seen next to Guy. It was outside that Guy and his group of friends were having enough of Burger, which is when the streamer Jericho confronts him.
What should we do next?
I think they're gonna go away.
What are you gonna do next?
I'm going into my apartment, but there's...
Can I come quick?
Nah, but there's probably
that?
people over there.
Don't push me. Thanks. Never touch me. Hey, I'm impressed that you know that I'm Burger Andy, though.
Bro, I like your shit.
Oh, you watch my shit?
No, I watch you and I see stuff. I'm just saying, you mind giving them their personal
give them their
space?
personal space.
Awesome, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, you're my homie.
Burger then moves to a different group. Then about 5 minutes pass and he goes back to Guy's group, where he is confronted by Jericho once again.
Hey, you cannot tell me I cannot talk to anyone, bro.
No,
I think you're cool, but
people are
I'll talk to who I want, man.
You're
Okay,
right, absolutely. But these people have expressed that they don't want to talk. It's all good. Just do you mind? Appreciate it.
Burger then goes to a different group and then finds himself talking to Guy 10 minutes later.
What are you doing? No. You're killing it right now. Oh, sorry. Can I do a video? Oh, no. Shit. But I love you, though. I appreciate it. That's a big setup.
Burger talks to Guy off camera, where the woman Guy was talking to is also holding a separate conversation.
If you don't be honest. So what do you do? What are you doing tomorrow, though? What's your day like? Gonna be like? You like a fan meet and greet thing?
Okay, okay. Cray sounds right. I've listened to some.
The woman's online handle at that moment was revealed to be Cray Sounds and Burger Planet Stream, a highly relevant name later on. As for Burger, he continued to try to win over Guy.
Do you live around LA? I'm in LA if you want to collab on
She's
some
like,
stuff.
you got a headbang.
I do stuff
So
up
I
there at
headbanged
Citizens
the
Brigade, and
entire
I've been a
time
writer
and not
since
move for like
2007 for MTV and a lot of other stuff. And I'm doing my own stuff.
Where was the song?
Sick. If you want to collab on stuff, I can do a lot of different character voices, like over 100 different, just name a character, I could probably do it.
Guy had reached his breaking point.
I'm the point. I know.
That's me a bear. No.
Guess we're not gonna collab.
Don't ever film me again. Then I'll come to Dallas.
Why?
Just do me a favor, okay? Don't ever film me again. Don't ever get me on that.
Okay.
Do you hear me?
What?
Don't ever. Hey.
What? Alright, well get away from me, man. Don't be on my thing.
Get out of my face. Get it out of my face.
Alright, I'm coming over. Well, don't go back into it if you don't want to be in it.
2 minutes later, Burger breaks down in tears.
It's like nobody fucking likes me in the fucking world. All of my life, for the last 3 months, people have been telling me they hate me. They've been telling me to kill myself.
As Burger bounces back and begins leaving the parking lot of the venue, Guy, who is presumably with Cray Sounds, can be seen still talking in the background. That was the last of the dog's appearance on Burger's stream. Afterwards, Burger wanders around, striking a conversation with a homeless man where they both wander the streets before Burger abandons him at a bus station. This stream's value to a wider audience was initially Burger progressively annoying Guy. The comments virtually only focus on their interactions. But as it brought more and more eyes and all of the interactions with Guy were analyzed, so was the woman he was with. This woman, Cray Sounds, in January of 2017, responding to who was presumably her husband petitioning the doc to have sex with his wife, stated, quote, "At Dr. Disrespect, please, hello, I'm here," unquote. Whether it was analysis of the stream or any other theory, Guy, not the doc, but just as himself, on December 14, 2017, went on stream.
As you guys know, I have a beautiful family and a wife and kid. And I want to be transparent that I've been unfaithful and stupid fucking mistakes, man. I'm going to take time off to focus on my family and so I just wanted to let you guys know that this is not who I am. It's not what I represent.
An upload of that 2-minute stream has 4 million views. Conversation of the doc's infidelity quickly swept the internet, taking other aspects into it, like the fact that he has a child. Quote, "This news has affected me more than I'd like to admit. Not because I am a huge fan of the doc, which I am also his age. I am 36. I have a wife and 2 kids. The thought of having all that threatened due to my stupidity and reckless behavior/decisions makes me feel sick. I have such sympathy for what his family and he is going through," unquote. There was also speculation on the unknown length of his hiatus. While some viewers were in turmoil, Burger was celebrating.
"Hey Doc, I heard about your little 2-time situation. Not good. Well, if you need a place to crash while your wife kicks you out and takes half of everything you own, you can move in with me in the mansion."
Initially, no one knew the depths of Guy's infidelity and the possible illegal acts, but there were leaks.
Doc has been unfaithful with. Don't share this, because I have an account for everyone that's in this fucking room right now. Doc has been unfaithful with at least 4 girls on his wife. And I've kept quiet about it. There's one guy right here. And I've kept this quiet for fucking 2 years.
That was Omega, Doc's mod that Burger Andy was talking to at the bar, who on his own livestream leaked not only were there 4 women, but also this has possibly been going on for 2 years or since 2015. This was not even the worst of it, but that would not come out until years later.
It is unclear if Doc's wife does know about this specific instance. Even though the timeline matches up that it was all at the same time, it is still unclear if Doc's wife knew about the minor or knew about this specific girl, but she definitely knew about several other women that Doc either linked up with or tried to link up with, because I have seen text messages from his wife to other women calling them whores and being extremely upset with them.
That was Slasher, someone who years later teased at the depths of what the doc did. For now, speculation around who these other women could have been was constant, where the doc was still absent. His absence lasted for over a month and entered into 2018. And then finally, on January 19th, he broke his silence.
And we formed a new club. I call it the Champions Club. Doc 2.0. Coming soon. By the way, did I mention my wife's an assassin? Correction. She's a deadly assassin.
This tweet ends with the date February 5th, and as seen in the video, the doc was still with his wife. And he did come back on February 5th to his most viewed stream by a significant margin. It peaked at 363,000 viewers. The following streams, while not as bombastic, still retained impressive viewership. He was now dedicating himself to his stream schedule, continued to develop bits like his RoboDoc model, His wife continued to be interactive on stream and primarily bringing in food, and there was more development to his bits and a continued fleshing out of the character. Even on YouTube, he began uploading condensed versions of his streams. Typically, these contain some form of monologue, update on important information around the dock, and certainly have gameplay footage with the inclusion of music that is blended well with the gameplay.
Are we having a good time in the arena, baby? Yeah, we are.
This is why he was calling himself Doc 2.0. But even so, a new model only exposes that the prior one was imperfect. And the Doc's largest imperfection at this time was his infidelity, as it was still affecting him, as viewers quickly realized.
GGSNSD, thank you for the $10. It's knock knock, who's there? The Doc coming into another woman. Thank you for the $10. Manimal, thank you for the $20. Can we have some motherfucking firm handshake? Let's go. Wow! Are you kidding me? Huh? Hey, watch your mouth, huh?
Aren't you the loser cheat on his wife?
Yeah, aren't you the one that needs to tighten his braces up? Idiot. Get Punk, welcome, son of Kong. Thank you for the $8. Says, hey, Doc, thanks for being an inspiration. You have inspired me to live life the way I want to. Thank you. I have been with 4 different women in the last month. The wife's not happy, but what can I say? Keep being it. All right, thank you for the $8.
That was from a compilation uploaded just a month after the Doc had come back. And while this weakness would always be exposed, his infidelity did not entirely ruin his business. While slow, he was easily regaining his brand-friendly status. He was still constantly invited to early access at Battle Royales, which boosted his numbers. But these were just stepping stones to whatever the next level was.
2 or 3 years, you'd like to work up to that step, whether that's, trying to take the channel to the next level on Twitch currently, or I mean, hearing about how Netflix might, there's those type of adventures. Like, I certainly would want to take it to the TV show series. If there's movie opportunities with the character, I'm open to that.
As dedicated to achieving this next step as the Doc was, his viewers, particularly the disturbed ones, had their own plans.
Man! I'm just not finishing.
Welcome to Champions Club.
Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta fucking end the I gotta end the broadcast right now. Someone shot at our house, broke the fucking upstairs window. This is the second shot. Someone shot yesterday at our fucking house. And someone shot again right now and connected with the house upstairs, right? You're driving by, right? You pussy!
The Doc, in what appears to be the following day, came on stream and lightly addressed the shooting.
Am I going to be talking about anything related to what happened yesterday, today? No. I'm not making a big deal about it. It's being handled. I love being the best. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
According to the San Diego Union Tribune, quote, investigators later determined a BB gun was used in the shootings, and suspect those responsible may have fired from a nearby park, Lieutenant Amber Baggs said, unquote. Following this event, there were no more acts of violence against the Doc, at least not public or to this degree. And as difficult as his stained reputation was to cleanse, by 2019 he was virtually back where he left off.
I'm pretty fortunate. Heading into this year, started this year, joining a super high-end agency, CAA, and the team there, and my business partners and my management. We're just so dialed in at this point on taking things to the next level and doing it right.
CAA is a rather high-end agency that retains all forms of talent. From models, musicians, actors, they are world-class. And it appears, through his meet and greets and other events likely organized through them, that they were propelling the Doc's career.
And the winner is Dr. Disrespect.
I love you guys. And last but not least, my wife, the mom of our 4.5-year-old sweet daughter who just holds it down. You've got a ball of just energy that is just undescribable, and I just appreciate you so much, and I love you so much.
Even though there were hiccups, like a short Twitch ban for filming in a bathroom, the Doc reprised his role and was once again Streamer of the Year now for 2019. And in 2020, things continued to get better.
Everyone has a dream, a purpose in life. I'm at the tippity top of the mountain, but I'm only halfway up. I'm in peak condition, and I'm not even in shape.
That was from a video announcing the Doc's contract with Twitch. The next step up was practically in reach. Even so, the Doc was playing with less brand-friendly imagery.
I bought a whole bunch of shungite rocks. Do you know what shungite is? Anybody know what shungite is? It's a 2 billion year old like rock stone that protects against frequencies and unwanted frequencies that may be traveling in the air. That's my story. I bought a whole bunch of stuff, put them around the La Casa, little pyramids.
The Doc's sincerity comes into question in this partly because of his sarcastic demeanor to similar things the year prior.
2 commercials already? Wait a minute, it's about aliens though. Let me check it out.
Told to make plant medicines by the Star People.
Damn, the Star People? What channel is this?
Have been able to detect a unified field.
Is this the Gaia Network?
That permeates everything in existence.
Well, let me put it this way. All energy in the universe is expressed in motion. All motion is expressed in waves. All waves are curved. So where does the straight lines come from to make the platonic solids? There are no straight lines. So when I took the flower of life and opened it properly, I found a whole new wave conjugations that expose the in-between.
I got my crystal right here, too.
The Doc in 2020, with the pandemic in full swing, was seeming more sincere with some beliefs. In this stream, he notably mentions conspiracy theorist David Icke.
David Icke. Yes, Alex. Yes. I like him. Even if like it's like it just kind of, you know, all it allows you to do is just sort of like, you know, allows you to step outside of the box just a little bit. Whether some of the stuff is not true or not, whatever. I think the whole goal though is to wake up!
The Doc goes on to say he also bought his book.
I actually bought the, Mrs. Assassin bought the book, actually, not me.
There was then a tonal shift with the mention of Roblox.
Tomorrow, will you be playing Roblox Hide and Seek Extreme on stream? Hold on, what's that? Roblox.
Hello, Crash Nation. It's me, Ash, and I'm here with Chris.
Hello.
And today we're playing hide and seek. Yeah, let's throw him a taunt. He has the camera guy, so.
The Doc then sits in silence for about 3 minutes before going back to David Icke.
David Icke.
I'll be it.
No, bad. No.
I ordered his book too.
Yeah, I want to be it.
No, bad.
Oh, the backyard, the backyard.
Oh, okay.
Okay, who's it?
I appreciate everyone watching
Who's
today.
it in the backyard? Who is going to be
The
looking?
backyard's tough.
we'll
We
get
don't really, like you said, we don't really know some of the.
Yeah,
we'll get through this Champions Clip. I know it's a tough. That's
because I don't know this one well.
Life's weird right now.
Yeah, look. Oh,
We'll
it did.
we'll get through this, okay? And
Hey, Christopher.
Dun dun dun! You better not taunt me. How dare you?
Fuck.
Those were the last moments of Dr. Disrespect's stream. The last moments of Dr. Disrespect on Twitch, as it soon came out that he was banned. Because that was his final stream, the immediate thought was to analyze every aspect of it to find the source of the ban. Could it be the conspiracy theories or something less obvious? Some attribute the Doc's lengthy silence while watching the Roblox video to him reacting to a possible notification of the upcoming ban. But it is also likely that the Doc was not in the mindset to stream at that moment, considering his mind was on David Icke. And if he can't recoup his energy and entertain, he will end his streams.
And it's like, how do I wake up here? I need to wake up. Like, someone make me laugh. Someone get me like fired up. And sometimes it just doesn't happen. And so you just kind of like hit this monotone of like energy, and it's just like, all right, I'm kind of getting close to wrapping this up, you guys.
Right.
Another item that supports the theory that the Doc was not reacting to his ban was this interview by the Washington Post. Quote, Beam flatly denied any connection between that stream and his subsequent removal. He told the Post his comments centered on the current quote-unquote state of the world, including the coronavirus and the protests happening across the country. Unquote. It is also revealed that the doc found out he was banned while watching a friend's stream, noticing, quote, that some of the features normally available to him as a creator were not present. Unquote. This article doesn't just go into Twitch, it also goes into the effects of the ban, because as a result of this, he was also banned on Discord, and there was a belief this would affect his marketability as a whole. Quote, Beam also landed a TV development deal with Skybound Entertainment. Beam said in the interview that plans for the TV show have not been affected by recent events. Skybound Entertainment did not respond to the Post's request for comment. Unquote. Unknown to the public, the reason for this ban is sourced all the way back to 2017 and prior. It is sourced not so much from his infidelity, but because of something known as the Twitch Whispers, a private messaging feature through Twitch, at least private to an extent. What Twitch found was that the doc was messaging a minor and the messages leaned inappropriate and likely illegal. Seeing that the doc was a ticking time bomb, he could no longer be the ostensible face of Twitch. Their contract with him had to be cut short, and for 4 years, this information was kept secret. For 4 long years, the public at large did not know why the doc was banned, and only theories could provide some satisfaction. Even so, Twitch is arguably the most marketable streaming platform. Relative to platforms like YouTube or Kick, it not only has a legacy as the streaming platform, it is known for adhering to strict guidelines. While these sometimes seem to have a bias to them, their iron fist helps them to keep a clean image. It helps them get better ads, which extend to their streamers. And so for Dr. Disrespect to be banned on the most marketable platform meant that his image existed outside of the space. And so just the ban was a drastic hit on his image. This was extremely important to the doc's carefully crafted brand that at this point had a team behind it. One that was trying its damnedest to help him recover from this in the same way he recovered from his cheating scandal. But this would not be overcome. The conversation around the doc continued to lean towards theories around his ban. Slasher, a person known for the leaking of information, the day the doc was banned tweeted, quote, Look, for several hours now, I have been told from credible sources the reason Dr. Disrespect has been banned. However, due to the importance and sensitivity around the subject, I have refrained from going on it. I don't feel comfortable with it currently. Unquote. This was a terrible move on Slasher's part. One that was likely meant to garner interest to be able to publish his findings through a credible publication to protect himself from a lawsuit. In reality, it just brought frustration from a heavily curious internet mob. And to that, he would greatly regret this tweet as it became memed to no end. Wherever he went, this tweet and/or just the claim of knowing why the doc was banned was sure to follow him. Also being discussed were theories around what the doc's next move could be. The doc, through this tweet, reaffirmed that he would be coming back.
You can never take away the power of my soul.
In August, viewers found that the doc had activated the membership option on his YouTube. It was only a few days later that the doc was officially back streaming on YouTube. This stream opened to a whopping 320,000 live concurrent viewers, and played about 5 minutes of footage hyping up his return. By the time the stream had transitioned to him addressing his audience, another 100,000 people had joined in. His live concurrent viewer count climbed to around 500,000, and at some point, the doc addresses the Twitch ban.
Why did you get banned? Guess what? I want you to look me in my fucking eyes when I say this. Okay? You're not looking me in my eyes here. Hold on. Okay. I really want you to look me in my eyes. Okay? I really want you to look me in my eyes when I say this. We still have no idea. And I'm going to tell you this right now. As far as I'm concerned, we didn't do anything to warrant a ban, let alone how they went about banning us. No communication before, no reaching out, nothing. Boom. There's big money involved. So let the legal professionals do what they need to do.
The first step to restoring his career would be to get back on Twitch. This would be their blessing and would place him back on the path he was on, because no matter how successful the Doc was, no matter what celebrity or athlete the Doc played with, this was always a barrier that had quite literally cut his revenue.
I make probably a quarter of what I was making on Twitch. A year later from being banned from the platform, well, you know, a lot of people think, hey, Doc, you did good. You're incredible. Listen, we've certainly tried to maximize the most of what we have to work with. So our ultimate bigger building out of the umbrella and the Doc universe and everything, whether it's obvious or not, the blacklisting, the shadow banning, it's happening. And as well as you think we're doing, and I think we're doing well enough. I'll tell you, man, it's been extremely disheartening. It's been a roller coaster of emotion, and it's absolutely fucking sucks. And to end off my little discussion here, but a lot of people ask me, do you know the reason? Yeah, I do know the reason why now. I've known for months now the reason why. And I'll just say this right now, champs. There's a reason why we're suing the fuck out of them.
The Doc in the past has talked about how much anxiety this ban has brought on. That and an understanding of how untouchable from a company's standpoint he's become. For that reason, this lawsuit against Twitch serves multiple purposes. Even if it won't allow him back on the platform, it could clear his name to some degree if he wins. If it is found that Twitch was negligent in their decision, he could appear more appetizing to the companies that have been ignoring him. To that, on March 10th, 2022, the Doc tweeted out that the lawsuit had been settled with the cryptic line, quote, "No party admits to any wrongdoing," unquote. Additionally, the Doc makes it clear that he will not be returning to Twitch. While it was later revealed that he was able to get his contract paid in full, the other purpose of the lawsuit was not realized. He was not able to clear his name entirely and was not able to get back on the path he was on. But he did work with what he had and delved into other projects.
This will be... I just feel like this will be the last sneak peek. You know what one of the biggest draws for me with video games? You know, there's this level of intensity built within the narrative of the competition. And I think that's just so important in video games. And I feel like there's not enough doing that.
This was a stream in August 2021, where the Doc was expressing his ambitions, sharing sneak peeks of his upcoming projects by showing off concept art. By the text attached to the bottom of the art, one can come to the conclusion that this was an extraction-type game, like that of an Escape from Tarkov, but less grounded in reality. Though his ambition finally formed into something, no one truly knew how much of a role or even what role Doc was to play in creating this game. It was 4 months later that the Midnight Society website launched with the same concept art that Doc teased at. And at the bottom of the screen was Doc as the co-founder. This was updated the following day with the additional text, quote, 6'8" visionary, unquote. This confirms that he was not just onboarding this project for the singular game or just an advisor or the like. He was integral to the studio. And with his persona, the Doc, instead of Guy Beam, tied to the studio would be its marketing force.
Listen, in regards to NFTs, you don't have to have NFTs to play the game. It doesn't change your experience of the game once it releases, and it'll continue to be free to play, right? You can't buy your way to win. However, for those of you who want to get more involved, there are ways to do so involving NFTs.
The chat's reaction was mixed when talking about non-fungible tokens mixed into the game, but the Doc was seemingly sold on including them. Quote, imagine trying to extract with an item you discovered worth $100,000 on the chain. Think about entertainment value as a viewer, let alone player. A new PvP experience is upon us. Unquote. While the Doc does have unique ideas, the view on NFTs, largely due to the environment of fraudsters they come with, mixed in with a strange culture, does not make for an overall appealing aspect of the game. But then again, another reason for its inclusion is to fund the game.
This is no quick cash grab. We're not interested in it. It's pretty obvious what the message is and our intention behind it. Do you think I'm interested in a cash grab of we are going to go out and raise 50 to 100 million.
This was his project, likely done in replacement of a would-be television show or other form of traditional media. But the doc, keeping his head down, mostly avoiding controversy, was working to some benefit. In particular, he had an appeal to more athletic gamers, or at least those interested in sports. That's why he continued to excel with sponsors related to sports, or actually just in them. Here he announced the 49ers picks, a football team that the doc was allegedly a lifelong fan of, which works perfectly because the team and the doc share the same trademark red color. He even did a promotional video where he threw a football over 60 yards.
Hey Doc, I want to let you know, that 62-yard ball that got caught high. George Kittle caught that thing high from training camp. So let's say that at least goes another 3-4 yards. 66-yard huck. Dr. disrespected San Francisco 49er camp. Did you see that shit?
The doc continued to promote all things masculine, even being the face of a different, albeit smaller project.
How can one person win so much? I'm a 6'8" powerhouse. Steal that drip down.
This bourbon reportedly sold out in 4 hours. He was still holding this balance well between carrying this persona but also being in on the joke. Although virtually every entertainer plays a character that is some variation of their natural self, it is hard to find anyone that does it more intensely than the doc. And for that reason, any information about Guy Beam greatly affects how the character is viewed. And Guy's imperfection was more than a flaw. It was a potential crime that the elements of which were going to come out. Just not from Slasher, who teased heavily of it in the past.
For several months now,
Yeah.
I have been told from credible sources the reason that Dr. Disrespect has been banned. However, due to the importance and sensitivity around the subject, I have refrained from responding or telling anyone.
You are gonna get so much hate. Like, do you jerk off to this? Like, what do you mean, dude? People are gonna be so mad at you.
The combination of Slasher withholding this important information while simultaneously coming on live streams when the only value he held was through this information was infuriating to many, and that did take its toll.
I ruined my reputation and essentially my career because of this tweet, and that put me into extreme depression and was one of the most significant reasons I left the internet for basically 2.5 years and I did not tweet.
That clip was Slasher reflecting on the backlash he received after the information about the doc and his messaging a minor had come out.
My memory is really bad because this was like 2 years ago and I was in Outpost buying a minicopter. Okay. And I remember someone saying, Dr. Disrespect got banned from Twitch because he was messaging underage girls on Twitch.
He said that.
Wait, what?
That's not it.
We're about to learn all about the DMCA process now. That's what I'm saying.
Why
what I heard
the
in
fuck
Rust.
Did he say that? Why did he say that?
He must have heard it. Am I not allowed to say what I heard in Rust?
While this does get the allegation correct, it was posed in the form of a rumor, and while it did get some traction, it did not compare to this tweet. Not from Slasher, but from Cody Connors, an ex-employee at Twitch, or rather, former head of partnerships of Twitch, that on June 21st, 2024 stated, quote, he got banned because got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read in plain text. Case closed, gang, unquote. This tweet finally activated the second, potentially final stage of the poison Guy consumed in around 2017. Only now was he bound to lose everything. There was some delay as viewers burned with Slasher's withholding of information, knew the attention could be usurped by exposing the reason why, whether true or not. This uncertainty was sourced from Cody's tweet the year prior, stating that he would release the reason why if all 3 of his band's shows sold out. This happened not once, but twice, the second time mentioning Slasher by name. But then there was the corroboration. While there were ethical concerns like wanting to keep the victim anonymous and a fear of any leaks potentially leading back to the victim, the major reason no one wanted to come forward with the information was a fear of a lawsuit. But with Cody taking the brunt of the responsibility, several other people began backing Cody, including Slasher, though he did it rather cryptically. Bloomberg a few days later reported, quote, the reason for his banishment from Twitch were never given, but 3 people with knowledge of the matter said Beam was removed because he exchanged sexually explicit messages with a minor through the service's direct chat feature. He also asked the minor about her plans at the TwitchCon convention. According to two of the people who asked not to be identified discussing such a sensitive matter, a complaint was later filed with Twitch through its reporting system, the two said, unquote. Though there was no comment from the doc through publications like these, he did comment on Jake Lucky's quote tweet of Cody Connor stating, quote, "Jake, seriously, I get it. It's a hot topic, but this has been settled. No wrongdoing was acknowledged and they paid out the whole contract." Unquote. This was a grand misplay. Though the doc was trying to use legalese to promote that a court didn't find these happenings as egregious, the standard reader doesn't care. The only appeasement would be a flat-out denial, and this was not that. Then, on June 22nd, the doc stated, quote, "Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say since this is the fucking internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. Elden Ring Monday." Unquote. The doc was back streaming, playing the recently released Elden Ring DLC.
For those that are looking for me to expand on this weekend, not gonna. I already said what I needed to say. I don't give a fuck about this guy. Woo! Easy! Third try? Third try, champ? What about quest lines? I know, but you know how we run things here.
The doc sits in silence for nearly a minute, only breathing heavily within that time. He then starts calling out donations as a streamer would.
Thank you for the 5. How we feeling, Doc? Says Roy. I'll be honest, I'm feeling a little fatigued. Feeling a little fatigued. We came in here, champs. We came in here. High energy. High energy. But I'm telling you, man, I'm just feeling fatigued. When shit like this happens over the weekend and it just kind of... It's like, how many times can I I don't... Like, I'm actually tired of being on social media. And I've expressed that over the years, champs. It's just gotten, I don't know, like it's been drained out of me. It's being drained out of me. It's being drained out of my family and I. I did have a sort of a planned vacation coming up. And I think I might just extend that starting today, starting now. It's time to drive into the sunset, says Swervin. Ooh, man, I like your style. It might be time to drive in the sunset, champs.
It was this that possibly changed the doc's demeanor on stream. As the day of, Midnight Society tweeted, quote, "On Friday evening, we became aware of an allegation against one of our co-founders, Guy Beam, aka Dr. Disrespect. We assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved, and in order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio and individuals, we need to act. For this reason, we are terminating our relationship with Guy Beam immediately." Unquote. The doc's own studio separating themselves from a founder and their, in essence, marketing campaign was a massive deal. The doc was undoubtedly a core component of not just the studio, but also aspects within the game that teased gameplay that was certainly in his style. From these snapshots, the doc's influence is clear. The towering buildings as seen in the background of his streams, the keynotes of Red. This is to say that his removal was expensive in the sense of potential in the lost promotion, and also expensive in what they may have to rework. If they are willing to burn money to detach themselves from him, then the lesser involved sponsors would follow suit. Quote, "Digiday has since reached out to Beam's other sponsors Aces, Gillette, Mountain Dew, and San Francisco 49ers for their response and intentions regarding the situation. An internal representative of Mountain Dew confirmed to Digiday that the brand no longer works with Beam and hasn't in some time. Meanwhile, a 49ers spokesperson said, "We take these developments seriously and will not be working with him going forward." A Gillette representative told Digiday that the brand has not had a relationship with Beam for several years. chances are the creator's other sponsors will follow suit, unquote. And indeed they did. The doc, on June 25th, a day after detaching from Midnight Society, came back with a statement. Quote, let's cut the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about. And I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. Were there Twitch Whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intention behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared, no crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me, unquote. The doc goes on to say he is taking responsibility for his actions, and then states, quote, I'm no fucking predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me fucking knows where I stand on those things with those types of people. Fuck that. Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine. But I'm not fucking going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders, unquote. This reads as a more genuine, less public relations infected statement, and an honest one, which was a problem. Whether through anxiety, anger, or something similar, the doc fully admitted to talking inappropriately to a minor. Even without the messages or no criminal charges being brought forward, this acknowledgement is disturbing enough. This was the proverbial nail in the coffin. This tweet was later revised to remove the word minor, but then revised once more to re-include it as people took note. Then the statement was later deleted altogether. But the doc also stated he did plan on coming back, and if he was not done, then neither was the chaos. The falling of these dominoes were getting larger and hitting harder. In late June, Liana Love tweeted, quote, during that time in 2017 when he was cheating on his wife with not only me, a trans sex worker, but also another woman, and texting a minor, he was also exploiting me by making me give him cam shows with the promise of partnership. After the cam shows, he went ahead and blocked me, unquote. Liana's evidence is through a video attached to this post showing messages with the doc through Twitter and later Snapchat. Some read, quote, nice, I feel like releasing one now. Yummy. Should I let it go or hold on? I mean, I'm gripping now. Boom, unquote. The doc had become so untouchable that now even his streamer friends had come out against him.
Seeing everything on Twitter, and I read through Doc's tweet, and in that very tweet, he basically confirms that, you know, he was texting an underage girl, and it went weird sometimes, you know, and look, just to be blunt and straightforward, man, that's inexcusable, it's unacceptable, right? Can't support it, I can't defend it, and look, the boys and I are torn up over it too, man, because we played a lot of games with the guy, and it feels a little weird, but what can you do, you know? So I just wanted to update you guys on my thoughts and how I'm feeling.
If he knew that was a minor, and those were the messages being sent, I cannot support that.
Typically, when a creator alienates an audience with a partisan belief, they reinforce their standing with a different audience. But talking inappropriately to a minor is a bipartisan issue. Even so, the doc did try to get his feet wet. He tried to reframe the character with a tweet that broke his month-long silence, one that shows he is playing chess and that his opposition is playing checkers. The reframing comes from his replies found below. Responding to a user that asked if he was playing with a minor in the photo, the doc responded, quote, good one, she/her. The internet will never fix your real threat, depression, unquote. The doc makes it a point to bring up the pronouns in their bio and associates it with depression. A core piece of the doc was to trash talk, but to not get personal. Being that this and other replies ratio his own tweets show that this experimentation to appeal to partisan beliefs shows many things. It shows that this experimentation was a failure. It shows how disliked he has become, and why the character does not work when there is such a grievous flaw. On August 14th, he tweeted that he enjoys this vacation too much right now but will be back soon. Soon in this context was a little over 3 weeks, as on September 6, 2024, the doc was back with a stream titled The Truth. After over 20 minutes of wait that included his lengthy intro and a game of Wordle, he was finally addressing his audience.
I guess since you all missed the point with my personal statement, maybe it's time to tell my side of the story.
The doc opens by talking about reapplying for his monetization on YouTube and then delves into the previous lawsuit with Twitch and how Cody Connors avoided the confidentiality that came with the settlement.
Cody, why do this? What was the point? This was settled professionally. And you, knowing how black and white the internet is, you decided, you fucking rat, to leak the reported reason Twitch banned me.
The doc harps on about Cody Connors and the semantics around what was said instead of adding any clarifications.
Do you even know what the legal definition of sexting is? I do. And yeah, I used Twitch's whispers, but trust me, I wasn't sexting anyone. You also said the word minor, Cody. I even made sure that word was emphasized in my statement, edited, etc., just to make sure these so-called journalists would pick up on it. And boy, oh boy, did they ever, champs. When you and all these so-called journalists, Cody, fired off your tweets, did any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been over the legal age of consent at the time of the messages?
This was a phenomenally poor start to the doc's defense, primarily because he had over a month to formulate this response with his team, and this is the best they can represent this situation. Not just by not clarifying his side of the messages as the confidentiality agreement was broken, but also deflecting to Cody Connors and how he went above and beyond to report the Twitch whispers. Additionally, the doc fails to name these journalists directly, but is likely referencing the Bloomberg article because they use the word explicit.
Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally admitted that the whisper messages were not sexting. And 2, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally acknowledged that the whispers did not constitute child sexual abuse material CSAM. I'll say it again. Neither I nor the Twitch user exchanged any sexual graphic messages or images. I even used the word inappropriate, purposely. And look at how it was defined by everyone, champs. Huh? Including these defaming articles. I'm sorry, but mutual bantering with inappropriate jokes taken out of context should have never led to me getting banned from Twitch in the first place.
Through the very little the doc is saying, it can be extrapolated that the messages were not graphic, but he does not deny that they were not of a sexual nature. But that nature is quote-unquote mutual bantering with inappropriate jokes. This is why the messages are where the mystery has moved on to.
But that partner manager, oh boy, did he had it out. He had it out for the 2-time. He finds out that no further action will be taken, so what does he do? He personally escalates the report to a friend on the Twitch's LER team. The LER team, remember, that's the Twitch's law enforcement response team. The LER analyst cherry picks and sends a few targeted excerpts out of context from the whisper messages to this director. Now, if you do this, you can make anyone's messages look inappropriate, even when they aren't. Within less than 1 hour, this LER analyst and his director have made the decision to suspend me from Twitch. Twitch submits a report to NCMEC. You guys all read those little articles, huh?
The doc points out how the director was on vacation and did not have access to the work computer and had to rely on what the analyst sent. The doc also explains the NCMEC, or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, was notified.
Guess what? As far as I know, and over 4 years have passed, they didn't do anything with the report. As far as I know, they didn't escalate Twitch's report to law enforcement. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitted they did not perform any legal analysis of whether the messages exchanged were illegal in any way. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitting that they never investigated the age of consent in the jurisdiction where the user's messages were sent and received. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me without ever
ever interviewing me, the user, or any other third party, including the partner manager. It's fucking unbelievable!
The doc states that Twitch did not look into the jurisdiction of where the individual lived, which implies the state that they lived in has age of consent laws capped under 18, perhaps 17 or even 16. But failing to clarify the age makes the latter two ages more likely. In failing to verify such information, Twitch's escalation to the SCMEC could have been pointless because the individual could have been of legal age. The legality is perhaps what the doc is relying on. One retelling of events can be that the doc messaged a human of legal age. Another retelling could be that the doc, a man now in his 40s who has a wife and a child, sometime in the past 5 years sent messages of a sexual, non-explicit nature to someone who could have been a minimum of 16 years old. One sounds much better than the other, but the doc only provides enough information to justify the former explanation, and to that, he admits that Twitch whispers looked bad.
And I'm not denying the exchange of whispers, champs. I'm not denying that to all of you out there, it looks bad. I have no way of knowing if the Twitch user thought our exchange of whispers was inappropriate. If it was, I apologize.
In the response, the doc both failed to state the person's age and provide the messages, though viewers did try to get it out of him.
People want
Show the message. Release the messages. Show the messages.
What are we in, second grade?
Though some did buy the doc's framing of events, many weren't happy with his defense.
And I understand that he feels the need to defend himself. I know a lot of people are coming at him. And I know his premise and what he's dying on is that what he did was not illegal. And look, I get that. But at the end of the day, you messaged a minor and it was inappropriate. For me, this is not about legality.
Things will not be absolved for the doc until there is clarity. Clarity in how old the person actually was. His dancing around facts did manage to convince some of his audience, but even so, his reputation is now tattered. The events sourced from around 2017 have slowly but progressively and painstakingly destroyed Guy's dreams. Every step of the way, he has tried to fight his sour reputation and tempered his ambitions. From his high popularity in terms of acceptance, he was the quote-unquote face of Twitch. He was inches away from developing a TV series around the doc, but that quickly died. He settled on making a game, and that too, after years of commitment and work, was ripped away from his claws. He has been stripped and destroyed. It is unknown what his future entails, but it is certain that his previous goals, that were so close, so tangible, will now only remain in a haunting memory. Because the character Dr. Disrespect, along with his ambitions, have died.